rips it into the floor.
Do I say 295 East? What do you say? Like the Eastern Beltway?
The East Beltway? Mic check 1 2, check 1 2. What's my hit time here?
Live from the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is Good Morning Jacksonville at 6.
The latest news from overnight for you at 6 a.m. A Southwest flight made an emergency landing at Jacksonville International Airport. This is a terrifying incident. The video from on board, unbelievable. Now, the plane apparently lost pressure as it traveled through a storm. Therefore, the oxygen masks came out of the ceiling. You see the passengers dealing with it there. One passenger says his water bottle imploded and even broke a blood vessel from falling so fast. We're going to have the latest on that in 3 minutes' time.
And your second big story on this Tuesday morning, at least 5 people are dead, including a person in the Panhandle, and thousands are without power as storms wreak havoc across the South. The powerful winds snapped trees, damaged homes, and destroyed habitats at a zoo. Emergency crews will assess the damage this morning.
Now, the storm's moving through. There is your line. The good news is not such a well-deformed, fine line of storms right now. Good news because it means it's weakening and less lightning than we had seen earlier as well, Mike. I mean, there's still some out there, so you can't let your guard down.
We had up over 3,000 lightning strikes per hour, now down to about 700-800 across the area. But the big thing is no watches or warnings, Lou. Okay,
That's
so
good.
We had that brief tornado warning for Columbia County. So far, the news is good. We didn't have any confirmations of a tornado. So this morning, not expecting any more warnings, but keeping people safe on the roadways. All right, so if you're heading to work and school, that's the number one. We have some soggy roads. You got to slow it down, and we're talking about some areas with over 1 inch of rain. When's the last time you've seen that? And of course, it hits while we're all trying to get back into our routine. So be patient. I know it's tough. Through Duval right now, you see some of the lightning strikes. The heaviest rain right now, Southside Boulevard, moving east along JTB, Atlantic, and Beach Boulevard. This is going to put down a quick 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. Here's 295 east, moving right toward Jacksonville Beach, the San Pablo area right now. So the big three, we could still see wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, probably leaning now toward 40 miles per hour. Localized flooding, ponding, we've seen that, and frequent lightning, although the lightning's starting to settle down a bit. Big picture shows a little break now for southeast Georgia is developing, and that could last into this afternoon, but the main front still well back to the central Georgia, so have your umbrella handy even this afternoon. There could be another round of rain on the way, especially by mid to late day. Not quite as intense. In fact, from I-10 West, Baldwin, Sanderson, Lake City, Brooker, Stark, these are the areas you got to be real careful. They've seen about 1 to 2 inches of rain, so it's the isolated flooding. So as far as temperatures today, it's going to be very warm. We're waking up with near 70 degrees. That's creating some of this rain. Near 80 for your high, which would be near record highs with another chance of showers. We'll track that on future casts coming up. But first, let's keep you safe. Best way to do that, Katie Jeffries in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Your time is 6:02. Starting with the live look here. This is I-10 and Cassett. This is the eastbound side. This is the westbound side. And you can see that shine coming up off the roadway. And that is the rain out there this morning. And really that water is just all over our roadways from the heavy rain. And we've just had accident after accident rolling in because of it. I-95 southbound here at Zoo Parkway at Heckscher. Look out, that left lane there could be blocked because of a crash. So really use caution when you're passing by these scenes. Also, the left lane of I-10 westbound near McDuff. Look out for an accident there as well. And also along I-10 westbound, just after Lane Avenue, we had a crash with injuries earlier this morning, but all lanes there open. On Normandy, right lane is blocked at Normandy near State Road 23. So several crashes already this morning because those conditions are so slick. Let's go out to our Shelby Danielson. She, along with her photographer, are out there driving in these conditions. And Shelby, what are you seeing?
Hey Katie, good morning. We're about to enter Baker County. We're on I-10 West, and just like you've been saying, obviously a constant downpour out here. I did just pass another car on the side of the road with its flashers on. A little worrisome since the visibility is so low, and since that heavier bands of rain kind of keep coming through, so it's hard to see. So if you need to pull over, plenty of exits along here. Try to get off on an exit so you're not on the side of the road. And as you can see, passing us right now, a lot of semis out on the road and a lot of people going quicker, going faster than they probably should because of how much rain is pooling along the roads, on the sides of the roads. And I saw Mike Prangley mention earlier that there were at least 2 inches of rain on I-10 already. So we've seen fewer lightning strikes as we head west for now, but again, still that constant rain. And make sure your windshield wipers and lights, everything is in working order, and make sure to hit the roads early because it is very slick out here. We'll keep an eye out here. We're going to check in again with you guys pretty soon. Back to you.
Okay, so that's, Shelby, we appreciate it. Be safe out there, please. All right. Pretty scary incident from JA overnight. Southwest flight from San Antonio to Orlando, obviously diverted to our airport, making an emergency landing.
One passenger calls it the scariest moment of his life. Here's why. This is a look at video showing oxygen masks being released. Could you imagine being on a plane and seeing that? Passenger Matt Oliver says it all started when they were flying through a storm and it got really hot, and passengers, they actually smelled smoke.
Well, he says the plane dropped down. He says people were crying. His water bottle imploded, according to his line there. Chip bags were blowing up, and that he broke a blood vessel because of this rapid change in pressure. Now, the plane eventually continued on to its final destination in Orlando, or we should say a replacement plane, not that plane. According to Southwest, mechanics had to fix that pressurization issue there. Got there about 4 hours late.
And we just got this into our newsroom and an update on things. Southwest has issued a statement saying in part that the flight had to be diverted due to pressurization issues. No one was hurt, and another plane was brought in to take the passengers to their final destination. Again, pressurization, they believe that was the issue to cause all of that.
And unnerving to have to be doing all that through the storms as well. Now, that emergency landing, not the only issue from overnight. Check this out. This is a nationwide computer outage for customs officials, causing nightmare lines at major airports: New York, Houston, Atlanta, Miami, anyone trying to come into the United States. This is video actually from a local attorney by the name of John Phillips in the thick of it in Miami, on the other side, trying to get back into the U.S. Thousands of people waiting in line for hours. Things got so bad, in fact, multiple people had to be treated for exhaustion as well as anxiety. And many were wondering through it all, the worst, whether perhaps there had been a cyber attack, but customs officials say there is no evidence that the computer malfunction was actually due to any hacking or anything malicious.
Well, it's the first day on the job for new Clay County Sheriff Darrell Daniels. He's the first African-American sheriff ever elected in Clay County. Now, hundreds cheered last night as he was sworn in. Supporters are excited about his strong faith and commitment to transparency. But before he even starts, a number of people are not happy with his pick for outgoing state attorney Angela Corey as the force's legal counsel. Here's what he had to say about that.
Do I take pleasure in knowing that there's some people who are upset about one of my appointed staff? I don't take any pleasure in that. However, I didn't hire her to be the state attorney. I'm hiring her to be the general counsel, and that is to protect the office of sheriff.
Well, more than 200 people have signed an online petition calling for Corey to be deselected. Meanwhile, Sheriff Daniels says body cameras for deputies is a top priority. He also hopes neighborhood crime walks will build relations between the community and police.
Several other sheriffs going to be sworn in today. Joey Dobson, outgoing sheriff of Baker County. You see Scotty Roden going to be sworn in, and then Rick Staley out in Flagler County will be the 18th sheriff. His ceremony is at the Flagler County Sheriff's Operations Center at 11 a.m. The public is invited. Also today, Gator Deloach going to be sworn in Putnam County. Now, you'll remember a controversial recount last month in Putnam County. After the vote, there were hundreds of missing ballots found. That ended up changing the ultimate outcome from election night.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Jacksonville on this Tuesday morning, a heart-stopping rescue is caught on tape, and a toddler is a hero. This is unbelievable. That story coming up in 4 minutes.
Plus, a car bursts into flames and it traps the driver inside. Check out that accident. Here's what happens next after the break.
Our big round of rain hitting right now as we get back into our daily routine. And unfortunately, yes, some of this heavy will track that, and also a break in the rain when that is on the way, along with those record highs coming up. Good morning, gully washers out there on our Tuesday. They greet us, and yeah, we're going to slow it down. Some of this rain already over an inch of rain. Western Duval along I-10, some 2-inch amounts out toward Lake City. Does look like the heaviest rain of the day is right now, and we will see improving conditions for most of us by 8 a.m. Notice we do have a little bit of drier weather already moving into southeast Georgia. We tilt the picture and we've got a very slow moving front, summer air mass, winter trying to make a comeback. So it's the collision course taking place in the atmosphere. That's why it's been so busy. Now as we zoom in, still some very heavy downpours along JTB, Atlantic Boulevard, now moving into Jacks Beach, the beaches, St. Augustine. You're going to get in on some of the rain here in the next few minutes. It's been dry so far. Just be very careful. I-295, 95 up into Georgia. A lot of ponding of water on the roadways with those rain amounts now up over an inch in many areas. Big picture shows this. Now, as we look at our rain chances, we're going to get a break in the rain, I think, for most of us as we head toward mid-morning by 9 a.m., okay? Then we'll get a break toward noon, and then maybe another round this afternoon, more isolated, though, in nature, as we take a look at those highs near 80 degrees. We'll take a closer look at Futurecast and talk about more rain in the 7-day, and if it's been too warm for you, don't worry, we've got freezing temperatures on the way. Let's get to Katie Jeffries in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
But the focus just getting through this morning's rain. That's why Mike and I, the whole team, is here to help you, especially on those wet roadways. Be extra careful on those bridges because that wind up there can really push you around and you don't want to slide. So speaking of the Dames Point Bridge, we just got word of an accident on 295 northbound here right as you would approach the bridge. Look out for that left lane there to be blocked by a crash. Also along US 90, very strong storm kind of moving through this area. US 90 near Halsema Road North, an eastbound lane there is blocked along US 90 as well. And it looks like you've got a really strong cell headed your way as well. Now the blue represents the ponding, and because that rain has just been coming down so quickly, that's why we're seeing a lot of ponding on the roadway. Our Shelby Danielson has been traveling along I-10 in Baker County. She said people are moving pretty fast in this rain. So again, please slow down.
Oh my gosh. This is a terrifying incident on a California highway. You can see there a car slams right into a stalled vehicle, which bursts into flames. A freelance photographer who was filming immediately drops his camera to try and rescue that driver inside. He eventually gets the driver out of harm's way just in the nick of time before the car explodes. Look at that fire, my gosh. Now the injured driver is expected to survive, and that photographer, as you can imagine, he's being called a hero this morning. Look at that, there he is, he's being taken away. Everyone's safe and sound.
All right, a Utah mother has a warning for parents everywhere. Secure your heavy furniture. It's after a nanny cam captured a dresser tipping over on her twin boys, landing on one of those toddlers. All right, let's take a look. Video shows two boys playing, and they get into the dresser, and yeesh, okay. It's tough to watch. His 2-year-old brother spends 30 seconds trying to figure out how to help the toddler who's underneath. He's trying to help. First tries to lift the dresser, too heavy. Tries pushing it a few times, allowing his brother finally to wiggle free. Oh.
Jeez, and he's able to roll over and roll out of that. Now, so to make it clear, what happens in the end is that you see that the child actually is able to push that dresser. I still don't know how that's possible, how this little 2-year-old boy is able to do that, but my God.
Everybody needs to bolt down their dressers to the wall. I mean, we just didn't think about it. If you don't do it today or tomorrow, you're never going to do it because it's just something that you put off. So you need to do it today or tomorrow and just get it done. Put it in your schedule and just tie it down.
By the way, both boys are fine, and they say they have secured their dresser securely to the wall there. The incident happened last Thursday. Their mom spent a couple of days debating if she should release the dramatic video or not, and she ended up doing it, teaching a lesson.
I still can't believe that one.
Yep.
Goodness.
Wow.
All right, just ahead on Good Morning Jacksonville on this Tuesday morning. Florida Gator fans are likely still celebrating this morning. I know I am. They put a pounding on the Hawkeyes in the Outback Bowl. A look at the highlights. That's coming up next.
Plus, the search starting to heat up. The names on the list for potential future Jags head coach. Would be fine, but her break her whatever bone it landed on. I mean, the damn thing weighs 300 pounds, 350 pounds.
You're right, it was empty. We did see them.
Yeah, well, that's how he climbed into the dresser drawer. So they.
Kids is on those.
You don't. Who bolts drawers and dressers to their wall? I don't, and I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
You need a stronger piece of furniture, maybe.
It's lower profile, and the damn thing, I would have to hang off the side of my dresser, my baby's dresser, to tip it over. I mean, it would require me climbing in. 215-pound Lou Turner.
Wow,
my baby
crazy.
Couldn't tip that damn thing over. She had an elephant with her.
That's crazy, wow.
Big chroma key. Thanks, boss. I got it. All right, live look now. This is your Doppler radar tracking those showers. A line of showers definitely moving through Duval, Nassau. Lighter rain now in Clay and St. Johns County. Heavier rainfall over I-75, moving into Alachua County, Union, and Bradford. So heads up Baker County as well. Any I-10 driving today could be a bit of a challenge. Mike Prangley, forecast in a moment.
This is one of the best teams ever, I think, is a bit overblown after watching them offensively. I think Clemson is going to make it tough on them. 4 or 5 tackles broken. Touchdown!
Oh, touchdown, my word. He makes it all the way. And Florida's new Outback Bowl champion after dominating the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Outback Bowl. That was Mark Thompson. You just saw there running an 85-yard touchdown. Final score, 30-3. Florida finishes the season with a 9-4 record. Go Gators. I love it. Hey, Lou.
Hey, bloomin' onion for everybody. All right, the search continues for the Jaguars' next head coach. Now we're getting a better look at the candidates that the Jags have an interest in. Here is a look around that list right now. Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan will be interviewing. He's expected to interview with the Big Cats Friday. Arizona's offensive coordinator Harold Goodwin reports say he'll interview with the team's top brass later today. Bucs defensive coordinator Mike Smith is on the Big Cats wish list. Used to head coach the Falcons, brought them out of a bad situation. Just a heads up on that. Also, Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels. And you got to think about Doug Marrone as well, Jags interim head coach for the last 2 games. And take a look at this. The Jags headed home for the offseason Monday after what may go down as one of the most disappointing years in team's history. There have certainly been worse records, but disappointing, especially the way it ended in the loss to the Colts. We caught up with some of the guys talking about their mindset going into the offseason and the getaway day.
You know, there's a lot of guys in tough situations, but we all kind of went through it together. I've said it before, I think that'll make us stronger. I think that, a couple years down the road from now when things have turned around and are going a different direction, I think guys will have a different kind of desire because of the things they've been through this year.
I started thinking about next season last night. I know for me that's just the type of person that I am. Just kind of starting to break down film. Creating a plan to be able to improve my game for next season.
All right, they are cleaning it out, heading home or whatever it is, workouts, but they are done for the year. And Mike Prangley here mentioning
all done.
something
A new
that's
year
odd about this morning, something we haven't had in a while.
All of us seen rain, and as we wake up as well, and we're trying to get back in the routine, so a little rough out there. I know it could be a little better for our starts, but I tell you what, once we get through the next hour and a half, I think things will improve. But for now, it's a slow go. We got to be patient. Notice we've had a lot of lightning that's starting to dissipate across the area. No watches or warnings. As we look at the big picture, we track that some very heavy rain along JTB. That's now moved off Jacksonville Beach. Now to the west side, have some heavier downpours moving in toward Pritchard Road, I-295 west. This is going to move toward I-95 corridor as we head towards 6:30 this morning, and then back toward areas of Baker, Union, Bradford County. We're going to watch another sub capable of producing maybe some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. But here's the break in the rain by 9:30 this morning. The main front not going to clear us until tonight, so we could have another widely scattered round of rain as we head into the afternoon. Not quite as intense, but again peaking out once again toward your ride home. So looks tough going to work, coming home as well, and then we'll see these clearing skies move in our 7-day forecast. In fact, we're going to see some winter move in a big way. We'll go from today's high of 80 degrees to 72 Wednesday. Not too bad. Thursday, where we should be right around 70. Our next round of rain, though, this is the big front. Yeah, rain Thursday, late Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that could bring temperatures down to 50s for highs this weekend and maybe even lows in the 20s by Monday. But for now, keeping you safe with Katie and Katie's commuters in the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you so much, Mike. So taking a look out here at some of the rain, it's just all over our area at this point. I mean, just look at this radar in your roadways. So please be careful out there. That rain is nothing to mess around with, especially if you're driving in from the Lake City area out here. Shelby says she's driving along I-10, and she said people are moving really fast along I-10. So maybe slow it down because those conditions are very wet. Also, if you are driving here along I-95 into or out of Georgia, we've seen a couple of accidents lanes here and there. I haven't seen any major highway closures or anything like that, but still it is slick out there. We did get a crash here along New Kings Road. This is near Ratliff, and no lanes there are blocked, but please be careful. We've been getting accident after accident rolling in, likely because of hydroplaning, because there is a lot of ponding on the roadways right now. Back to you, Keitha.
All right, it's 64 degrees outside right now and 23 minutes past the hour. Well, technology enthusiasts will be flooding Las Vegas today. Up next, we have a preview of what to expect at the 2017 Consumer Electronics Show. That's when we return in 2 minutes. And welcome back to Good Morning Jacksonville on this Tuesday morning. It is 64 degrees outside, 6:26 your time. This is a live look at the radar right now. As you can see, heavy rain and thunderstorms. That's what we're dealing with this morning, and that is leading to a pretty rough commute for many of you. Katie Jeffries is here. She'll have much more of that in just a second.
The Consumer Electronics Show is going to get underway in the next few hours. Exhibitors will bring all kinds of new technology, ranging from smart homes, driverless cars, and TVs. It's a wonderful tradition, and it's always cool to see the new stuff. Money Man Matt Granite here to watch out for your wallet at the CES.
Welcome to one of the best weeks of my life ever, other than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Hi, I am on my way to the Consumer Electronics Show, the world's largest electronics show in Las Vegas. And while so many other people around the country, when they provide coverage at CES, just show you all these gadgets you can't afford, this year I'm focusing on all of the affordable items to improve your life. And in front of me right now, a couple of manufacturers have sent us hundreds of items to test. A few of the items that I'm keeping a very close eye on that I'm going to learn more about in the coming days. One of the thinnest home theater speaker systems. This actually apparently has the sound comparable to an entire 60-inch soundbar system packed into the thinnest profile ever. That is one thing I'm looking at. We're seeing a lot of drone deals, except this year at CES, the entire shape of the drone as you know it is changing. I haven't opened these yet, but I'll be flying them, and I assure you that'll be interesting. Smart doorbells with built-in surveillance systems that stream to your smartphone, now coming in at their lowest recorded prices. Even smart locks that you can control from the other end of the world using your phone if you forget combinations a lot. One of thousands of items I will be showcasing up close this coming week. And it all starts